Hey, yo, the ministry is in the house. We're fresh off a recording, so apologies for not seeing any of the ministry branding at the moment. But hey, we have to talk about the wrongs that have been written because the wrongs have become right. AEW is now honoring Maxwell Jacob Friedman. The devil is now the champion. Sadly, I don't get a point for William Regal throwing brass knucks into the ring. Dosko doesn't get any points for calling the heel turn. And Leon has called every turn but that one. That's just life.
I think, you're saying the wrongs have been righted. I think it's actually very important to take this moment to say that other than Samoa Joe, every single title is being held by an AEW OG at the moment.
Which is good. It's
great. Go through it. Jamie Hayter, Jade Cargill, Chris Jericho is essentially an AEW OG because he started the freaking company. A lot of them. Wardlow was just tied when he's lost to Samoa Joe. You've got Orange Cassidy. You've got the Death Triangle. All OGs, man.
So talking Samoa Joe, can we just exchange him for Solo Sikoa? Because like the mid card title is being held by a Samoan, and then there's the other one who's titleless. If just swap him over. The bloodline is at full belt. But no, joking aside, yeah. Takes on the pay-per-view, bro. Like, what was your initial thoughts and take from
it? Was another AEW pay-per-view that absolutely blew my mind, mate. They're so good at putting on great wrestling shows. I hate to sound like a broken record, but their long-form storytelling is so good because the payoff is so good. Sometimes they give you little surprises, like Samoa Joe, but they're not surprises for the sake of it. They're surprises that make you go, actually, yes. I rate that. I respect that. They're good at giving you the big moments. Saraya. And people are like, she looks green again. It's like, she hasn't wrestled for 5 years, you little toe rag. Do you know how fucking difficult wrestling is? You are literally jumping in coordination with someone else and trying to make it look like they're hurting you while keeping each other safe for our own entertainment. It's really hard. To say someone looks a bit slow after 5 years is fucking ridiculous. When was the last time you rode a bike? Rode a bike. Bro, I could ride a bike like a motherfucker as a kid. I get on one of those things now and try doing the things I used to do. Daddy's ending up in hospital.
Yeah.
You forget shit. They say it's like never riding a bike. That's a bullshit oxymoron because trust me, if you ain't ridden a bike for a while, it takes a while to get your confidence back.
Here's my thing though. I would prefer to see a green Saraya than an injured Saraya. Yeah.
So much.
And that's the thing. The fact that this girl, who I believe, as we said during the pod, was the revolution. Like women's wrestling took a turn thanks to some of the stuff that this young lady, I shouldn't call her a girl, this young lady has put together and fought for, Even something as minimal or menial but huge as the Divas title becoming the women's title again.
That's the point.
This is who she is. And the fact that she's taken her time to go back in there, I have no beef with that.
And in this whole weird divide, I mean, not weird, it's actually quite fun, but the divide that's been created by both her and Britt doing, frankly, fire promos, both of them having a point. Britt was right. I was holding it down in Florida. I was the one holding it down for AEW and you weren't to be seen. But Saraya is saying, like, you have a platform because of me.
Yeah.
In that argument, I am Team Saraya for the win.
Yeah. Listen, I have no beef with Britt Baker. But
no, she's awesome.
Saraya will always have my support. Sorry, excuse me. I was fighting that cough. Always gonna have my support. She's just from her debut. I don't want to call it her debut, but her main roster debut on Raw, coming out and just kicking AJ Lee's ass for the title and becoming NXT and Women's Champion at the same time. She's just been freaking awesome from there onwards, man. And I remember seeing the documentary. Fighting with My Family was a documentary before it was a movie, and I remember seeing that. And to see that this individual has gone from that journey all the way through, I've always just loved following her story.
She's awesome.
Another chapter to it.
She's awesome. It felt like I was so happy to see her in the ring. I wasn't going to be about, she doesn't look fresh. It's like, oh, no, water is wet.
Yeah, no, that's
I
fine.
was just like, fuck the how fresh does she look? It's like, this is 5 years of what this poor girl must have been fearing was her active life being taken away. And to have that back, that's just a happy dappy moment.
Yeah,
I
for
don't know
sure.
how anyone could watch that match and be criticizing it. It's stating the obvious. That's like saying, if the Batman wasn't in the movie, it wouldn't be that good. Batman's in the movie.
This is it. This is it. Moving on, another match that that one is a point I gained, but another one for someone who's not been in the ring for a bit. My heart told me to say one thing, my mouth said another, and it had me. Jeff Jarrett. Yes.
Snap nuts.
Yeah, I mean, look, I honestly felt that this was the one time that Sting's pay-per-view undefeated record was gonna take a hinge. I felt like Jeff had come back. He's not actually had a match. I didn't think he was gonna get squashed, or I don't want to call it squash, but yeah, he took the L. I didn't see it coming.
The L. Sting landed on his head from another crazy 62-year-old man dive. He is nuts, bro. And Big Tone, to his credit, called an insanely beautiful spot with Jeff Jarrett twacking Darby Allin during a coffin drop. Oh, it's a great fucking spot. But I honestly can't think of a match on that card where I was thinking like toilet break, coffee break, beer break. See, actually, that's not true. Funnily enough, there's one match where I was like, just because it's so obvious where they're going with this.
Is this the Jade Cargill match?
No. Not in terms of being obvious. It was Jungle Boy Luchasaurus. And people are raving about that match, but I'm like, yeah, it was great. They both put on a great show. I really love what they did, but I was like, Jungle Boy's obviously winning. It didn't need to be as long as it was.
You know the one result that bugged me, and it's not because I lost a point.
Okay, so it's definitely because you lost the point. But
No, it's not. It's the TNT title.
No one called that shit.
No one called it, which is fine. It's just totally fine. Yeah, it's I really want Ring of Honor to be its own platform. Now, as a guy who's loving everything the Bloodline's doing, coming in.
It will. They've already said it will. They're getting
through
the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view, and then it's going to be its own show. He's already confirmed that.
I get it. This joint title thing, and again, someone who loves what the Bloodline's doing, it sounds very hypocritical. But I would have liked to have seen it go its way. Whether it meant Wardlow retain, whether it meant I get the point and Hobbs takes it. But let Joe do his thing. Let Ring of Honor just, do you know what I mean? Just stand on its own as it was. If it's a dual title, then yeah, whatever it had to be. But for a man to walk out with double titles, I think I'm just a bit double titled out at the moment.
That's fair. And all Samoans holding double titles.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm not going to lie. This is take 2 on this. Did I say the part where I said Solo Sikoa and Samoa Joe should be swapped over?
You did, yes.
Yeah. Let's get the title there. Let's keep all titles in one go, but then it wouldn't be Bloodline. But yeah, all Samoans are holding double titles, which is awesome because it's not just head shrinkers and guys eating raw chicken in the middle of the ring anymore. You don't have to be Umaga. I don't hate Umaga, but that was the way. Samoan meant uncultured before. Like, no, they're fucking awesome guys who can put on a fucking match at any given time. And that's, it's nice to see that recognition in the world of wrestling for once.
Uncultured? Yeah. The people's eyebrow says what?
Exactly. I know this. But, let's go back to what, in a post-rock era, we got Umaga, the Samoan bulldozer who needed to be controlled by some Cuban who snaps a fucking cigar and shit. Like, we're not that far removed from what they.
Speaking of the people's eyebrow, have you seen on a quick tangent how insane this WrestleMania 39 card is potentially looking?
The envy that's going through my system right now of what this card can be is big.
It's ridiculous. John Cena, The Rock, Stone Cold. It's like, stop it now.
Yeah.
Stop it now. Stone Cold CM Punk. Can you imagine?
Okay.
Stone Cold CM Punk. Imagine.
Well, this is what a lot of people are calling. If it happens, it happens. It's two sides. CM Punk has been removed from the Fight Forever game cover, but I've also heard that there's new CM Punk merch out there. So who knows which way AEW and CM Punk are going. But yeah, it would be very interesting if not just for the money.
But back onto Full Gear, yes, as I said, every single person in AEW other than Samoa Joe holding a title is an AEW OG. You know me, though, bro. My match of the night was always going to be the Spotathon. It was the Elite versus the
I'm
the Death
happy.
Triangle.
I'm happy with the result, even though
Me
it
too.
cost me a point. I'm
Same
very
here.
happy with the result. But do you know what I think is really bait? And I don't know when it was announced and if I'd missed it. Had I known it was a best of 7, I would have guaranteed.
It wasn't announced.
Okay. Yeah.
That announcement came after.
Okay. Because I was like, Well, that would have told me which way I was voting because it felt like you can't just walk back in. You know, the EVPs walk back in and they just take back their titles. And that, I think that was one of my biggest battles, short of Sting and Jarrett, of which way is this going to go? And you know
Same.
what? I believe the right call was made.
I agree. And like you, it cost me a point, but I'm kind of with you. The right call was made. But bro, when I tell you there is sometimes magic to be had, Kenny Omega and Pac in the ring, also Nick Jackson and Ray Phoenix. That shit shouldn't be legal. Like, it's not fucking human what those guys do.
In a weird tangent onto this as well, it was nice to see, and it, not in the way that people want to, not the big meaty man meat, but it was good to see Kenny Omega without the top. It just proves that suspension, as bad, as frustrating as it was for big elite fans, meant he had extra time to heal, and he can.
Oh, and he looks in incredible shape.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
He looked great. So I was happy for that as well, They had plans when All Out came for the titles to be crowned, the trios title to be crowned, but I feel like he's in a good position now, which is good.
It looks like he's in a great position. And I have to say, the way the match played out, the Elite kind of put Death Triangle over, which I thought
Which is
nice.
good. Which is good. And I think it plays into your role as an EVP. Like,
well, it played into their role as an EVP, but remember, I said on the last pod that the Death Triangle, sorry, I keep on doing Death Triangles. I'm a Death Triangle mug, yeah, but Death Triangle's run as champs has been quite dry. This makes it a lot less dry. Yeah.
This will put you over, like going one up on the Elite, whether you win or lose. If you get a couple of victories over them, people start to pay attention to that faction again, and that's what's needed. That is what
they are. Yeah, they are seriously good. All of them together, like insane. The ability that there was in the ring. The Acclaimed Swerve and Our Glory match, that was fine.
But give it a Big Tone. He's been calling it for a while, and because I don't watch AEW, I don't know how predictable it was, but it was the end of Swerve and Our Glory.
It was pretty predictable. What I thought was interesting was that they did something different with the turn. Swerve, who I really don't like, but Swerve slapped the shit out of Keith Lee, and the whole crowd was going, "You fucked up, you fucked up," But Keith Lee didn't attack him, which I thought was actually more powerful than just big man pounding on him.
Sure.
He picked up Anthony Bowens, tapped him on the back,
tapped him on the shoulder,
and got out the ring. I was like, okay, I dig that. You see what I mean? This is where AEW are good. They do shit that's predictable, but they kind of put a pretty ribbon on it.
Yeah,
they're really good at that shit. Meanwhile, over in WWE, we have the fucking Money in the Bank being cashed in on a title which the guy already held. Great job.
That is not a problem. That I have no problem with.
It's stupid.
I do have no. You can cash it on any given title you want.
Why would you when you've already held the title? The biggest honor in wrestling is to have held all the belts.
I get that. But the problem is when a man is putting out an open challenge, why are you giving your briefcase? Edge categorically won a Gold Rush tournament, was #1 contender for the title while still carrying a freaking briefcase. Now, obviously, some people say, well, that's predictable, but it doesn't matter. Now, this could have been that. You're like, let's have someone else do it. Let freaking Theory come out then. But no, it was open challenge, and that was walkout. That's where I found it stupid.
It's all stupid. The whole fucking thing is dumb as dumb. Meanwhile, we get Keith Lee picking up Anthony Bowens, tapping him and going, kill the swervy one.
Which they did.
And it worked. Jade Nyla was Jade Nyla. We knew it was going to be big slabs of woman meat slapping meat. Yeah, see, we go for the women too. Yeah, they get the respect too.
There we go.
I gotta love Jade though for going full geek and coming out as Chitara. I was like,
I was gonna say that she's done Chitara, she's done She-Hulk, like she does what Rey Mysterio does. She gives you that what's next? What's Jade coming out at a pay-per-view, and that's cool. I'm down with that.
Chitara, I thought was a badass move. And I have to say, like, she's not my type at all, but the batty on the woman, good lord.
What was interesting, which a lot of people are talking about,
I thought it was paint. I was like, oh, that's not paint. Okay, yeah, that's you.
That's organic. That's organic. It's Vicky's t-shirt. That was interesting.
Yeah. And the entrance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
The Latino Heat entrance. I was like, that's cool as, man.
Yeah, that was nice.
That kind of summed up the whole pay-per-view. It just gave you all the feels. Because we're going to talk about points in a moment, but, spoiler, I won this pay-per-view. And because this match is the one that was really the one that was going to put me over, because you remember how hesitant I was about Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm, to the degree Den had to give me a 10-second countdown, and I nearly switched in there. I'm so fucking happy I bit my tongue. And because of that added pressure, that match obviously was quite like, I was super invested in it. So, like, I was buying into all of the near falls and stuff. It's amazing what a point system can do to you.
Yeah. I didn't see it coming. And that's what I like about it. Any pay-per-view that gives me I didn't see that coming, I love. That wrestling for its sins has become predictable in some areas,
Look at Survivor Series card. Wow.
When you could look at something and be like, I actually don't know. Oh, wow, they went that way. That's always a beauty, Okay. Yeah, with Ring of Honor getting its own TV show, Chris Jericho is probably, the best choice. Irrelevant of who's the best wrestler, because some might, put Bryan Danielson above Jericho in that. You can't deny that if you're going to need that star attraction to kick off a TV show, it's Mr. Ocho himself, Chris Jericho. So yeah, expect that to keep going. But it was a solid card.
Fucking hell! Sorry, we need to talk about that match. Good lord! Now, in terms of pure wrestling, fucking hell, that was good.
You can't ask for more with some of the people on that card.
Oh my, yeah, but I mean, and that match went on for some time. I think it's because of that match that we didn't get Ricky Starks.
I wondered. I was going to say that was a bit of a letdown. That it was like, oh, that's going on to Dynamite. Okay.
It's going on to Dynamite because the Jericho match, I think, went over time. But my God, it was worth it.
There are some stuff you have to just play it the way it has to be played. There's no denying that. It is what it is. When you've got,
and again, I'm seeing people complain online that because the Judas effect that he did while Claudio was in Big Swing, it didn't connect perfectly. It's still connected, but it didn't connect perfectly. And you've got people online going, he didn't hear it properly. I'm like, I'll say again, wrestling is really fucking hard. Like, that's a 51-year-old man having to coordinate something very hard. And then on the fly, because they know that their audience aren't fucking idiots, they said, hit it again. And they did it perfectly. And the commentators played to that perfectly. Jericho didn't get all of that one. He's going to have to go for another one. Oh, there it is. You went for another one. It's like, good. Yeah. Don't treat your audience like dum-dums. That kind of made the match even better. It was already fucking great, but it made it even better. It was like, there was that real sense. That's why I said this pay-per-view delivered everything. It was like, there's evidence of we're not being treated like cunts. Very good. Cool.
And obviously, we'd be remiss. We started the show with it, and we're going to end with it. MOX versus MJF.
Man, I can't believe I'm saying this. Potential match of the year for me.
Very interesting for Jon Moxley to be in that category. And like, this is as a, I have to say, Ambrose fan. I don't want to draw that line, but Mox has never.
I don't know how you can still say that. The only thing I can put that down to is you haven't seen Mox recently.
I don't listen. I just need to see a clothesline.
Heel Ambrose in WWE is a fucking twat.
No, that's a dickhead. I'm not. No. I'm not talking his entire career. That would be fucking redundant. However, Dean Ambrose post Shield pre heel turn was he was delivering when he won that title for the SmackDown title. It meant something, and that's what I'm highlighting. But either way, just Jon Moxley in general, whichever way, John, whatever his actual real surname is, John Good, I believe it is, in a match of the year conversation is a weird statement, and I don't hate the guy. I don't hate the guy, but I'm just saying
the storytelling it's but not necessarily because of the high level of wrestling. If we're talking about the high level of wrestling, this match doesn't touch the Ocho's match.
Of course.
The story that these guys were telling And the way that they were playing into the crowd, you know, MJF in Jersey, effectively the villain, the devil, is having to play the face for the night.
Yeah.
And he was. And Moxley, because being booed like you wouldn't believe, kind of went a bit heel in it. And he did it really well, to the degree that I would actually kind of like to see a heel John Moxley run. From what I saw on that night, I was like, there's a little something here, isn't there, Mr. Good?
But I mean, he knows how to
be Mr. Bad.
That's one of the things he knows how to do, and I will never take that away from him. The guy knows how to. He's a stellar performer, but you know, again, when I talk about it, match of the year, you know, it's a weird one when you compare it. When you have
only other match I've seen this year, which is still probably my favorite match of the year, is Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. That match was fucking insane. Like, that as a pure unadulterated wrestling match, just that was insane.
I still lean more towards the NJPW title match at Forbidden Door. That was. Sadly, I don't like to talk about it because Adam Cole is now possibly not returning, which will.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, there's fears over that concussion. It's not in a good place.
Oh, don't joke about that.
I'm not, bro. Why would I joke on this? I'm just talking like.
Oh, don't tease me now. Don't tell me that my favorite wrestler on the planet isn't coming back.
It would hurt me. It would hurt me.
Oh, so much.
It would really hurt. But you know, we stay positive. We touch wood.
Oh, fuck me. Come back, baby.
Speedy recovery, Adam. We miss you, bro. That's the one.
Top to bottom, superb pay-per-view. I can't really fault it. I loved every match.
So considering you're saying potential match of the year, you would give Mox MJF match of the night, yeah?
It's weird, but no.
Whatever. I get it, though.
It's very weird. It's kind of like almost a contradiction. Because I'm a Spot Fest king, you know, it was the Elite versus Death Triangle that was my personal match of the night. But looking at the whole year, about what they've done with MJF in the build-up to this, about what Mox has been through in the build-up to this, about the way that story came together. Ooh, you
know what I like about that story, if we're honest? It was meant to be MJF Punk. And the fact that in a short spell of time, they have built something else, which could potentially be even better than I finally out-trumped my hero, is quite impressive.
It's impressive, but I have to say the best program AEW have ever done, period, has been MJF Punk.
Bro, I'm not here to dispute that. I wouldn't say no. But I'm just saying, like, it's like they've given you a very invested storyline off the cuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, this is the next pay-per-view they had after All Out. So the fact that you were able to do that within a period of time is impressive.
It's honestly 10 out of 10. And I think everyone it's weird how the fucking pendulum swings, isn't it? A few weeks ago, everyone's like, oh my God, AEW is going under. Blah, 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 blah. They're buying too many wrestlers. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking noise left, right, and center. What culture? We're really guilty of it too. And they're usually AEW marks. But you look at it now after Full Gear, and it's like everyone holding a title, minus Joe, is an AEW OG. They've just put on a fantastic pay-per-view. The Elite are back. Everything is good in the hood. And everyone's favorite fucking wrestling company for the past few months, WWE, is really not looking that good at the moment again. So it's just weird how the pendulum swings. You can't deny it, bro. Just look at Survivor Series. That card is a joke.
It's good because it gives people a chance to tune into both.
Yeah,
one has a high, the other has a low, and that's what.
You know my saying. The fucking rising tide raises all ships. All I want is for all wrestling to be good, because then all they will do is try to one up each other, which means the product will just get better and better and better and better and better. Like, bring on WrestleMania, Cena, Rock, Austin, fucking give me Undertaker back at this point, just so I can see him walk down to the ring once, please. It's not
go on, just fuck up my night for me.
Can you imagine? Taker's not coming.
Listen, no, the whole card itself is one of those that, had it not been for the cost of living crisis, who knows where I'd be. But hey, this is life, and I wish you guys a great card. But
it won't be the last one, AJ.
We'll see. But yeah, no. So guys, it's a quick recap. Believe it or not, we'll be back tomorrow because, as Nico mentioned, Survivor Series is coming. So hey, the predictions keep on coming. So it'll be a full house once again. The boys will be in the building, but we needed to just show some love to AEW because they went in at Full Gear and they delivered. And once again, congratulations to the devil. Yes, I'm a devil worshipper. It is what
Hell
it is.
yeah. Hell yeah.
It is what it is. That's the
Here's
man,
some
right?
shade I can throw at AEW. Get better merchandise. I do not rate AEW's much. The Adam Cole Boom Baby t-shirt I own and love. But every time as a wrestler I'm hyped on, I wanted to buy a Saraya t-shirt because I wanted to show the girls some support. And I've looked at the t-shirt going, I wouldn't wear that. I don't like
Do you know
it.
what I like? Do you know what I like from AEW? The Daniel Bryan tee. I can go to Primark and pick up a Daniel Bryan tee for all of £4. A nice little plain white t-shirt. Keep it coming. Keep it
Right.
coming. No one can tell me it's a fake. Yeah.
It pisses me off, man. Like
Yeah.
they need to up their merchandise game because as much as I love Sesame Daddy Ass, I am not wearing a t-shirt that says that.
Yeah. No. That's the real.
And that's where WWE are fucking great is their merch.
Their marketing is second to none. That's
It
just what
really is.
They really know how to kick ass on that one. But yeah, okay, guys. So thank you very much. As I said, we will be back tomorrow. So hey, you're getting a double treat from the ministry this week. But yeah, so that's the one that was Full Gear. Tomorrow is Survivor Series War Games. Yeah, we'll leave it like that anymore. So that's the one. Yeah, we are available on all your podcast platforms, including Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, TuneIn, Stitcher, GeoSavin, and just search for Ministry of Wrestling. And again, if you would like to throw some money this way, it is direct.me/Ministry of Wrestling, and you can send a tip any value you want, and we will appreciate it all. Okay, guys, until tomorrow, I am the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
Double V, the voice warrior, very similar to me too, Nico Lero. Too sweet, baby.
Yeah.